Welcome.
Episode two.
Let's go.
Married in Media, the weekly review.
Yes, we are back at it after a very successful week. One, thank you.
Very successful.
I told you, babe, our goal is to get 1,000.
Okay.
I think we're up to like 200
All right.
subscriptions now.
Let's keep it going.
In 1 week, that's good.
All right.
Your numbers are always strong, babe.
Okay, well, same to you, sir.
Okay, no, we joke with me. Okay, so yes. Episode 2. What have we learned so far?
You mean about doing the first episode?
Yeah, what have we learned on YouTube, this whole thing? What do you love about it, babe? What's the challenge?
I'm excited about it because I feel like we already, if you know our history, you know that you know us. But I've done TV for several decades in the Washington area and elsewhere. Mark is a radio guy. We came together at a legendary radio station here in town for about 18 months. So much fun. And we've kept going on the digital platform now. 100 Hip Hop and R. We keep it moving. 100 Hip Hop and R&B FM. You can catch us on all different platforms. I love the iHeart Media. It's just easier for me to get that one. And so now I was like, okay, this YouTube platform is really intriguing because at first, I didn't go down the YouTube rabbit hole on stuff like the kids did, but now it's where I go to for a lot of stuff. Yeah. So I'm like, let's get on this. You know what I mean? Let's bring this to YouTube. So we hope you like it.
The magical day you said that, I was overjoyed because I know that, again, you're on TV all the time, and who wants to do additional video?
But this is great. TV is all scripted. This is not scripted. There are things through the week that catch our attention that we say we want to talk about a little bit more. And so this is what this show is.
So let's hop into it. It's kind of heavy this week. Warning. Kind of heavy.
We're talking about race. We're talking about race in America.
Yes.
We're talking about HIV. We're talking about some other very heavy issues today. Impactful, important issues. Compelling, yeah.
First one up. So, this week we saw 107-year-old Viola Fletcher came to D.C.
Now, there needs to be a statue of damn Viola Fletcher.
There we go. Thank you.
Period. Take down all of these other statues of these no-name Confederate soldiers upholding the white supremacy, in this country, and put up Viola Fletcher.
Last survivor, Black Wall Street.
One of a couple,
she came to tell her story in D.C. for the first time.
My name is Viola Ford Fletcher. I'm the daughter of Lucinda Ellis and John Wesley Ford of Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm the sister of Hughes Van Ellis, who's also here today. I'm a survivor of the Tulsa Race Massacre. 2 weeks ago, I celebrated my 107th birthday. Today, I'm visiting Washington, D.C. for the first time in my life. I'm here seeking justice, and I'm asking my country to acknowledge what happened in Tulsa in 1921. On May 31st in 21, I went to bed in my family's home in Greenwood. Neighbors of Tulsa, the neighborhood I felt asleep in that night, was rich, not just in terms of wealth, but in culture, community, heritage, and my family had a beautiful home. We had great neighbors, and I had friends to play with. I felt safe. I had everything a child could need. I had a bright future ahead of me. Still, Greenwood should have given me the chance to truly make it in this country. Within a few hours, all of that was gone. The night of the massacre, I was awakened by my family. My parents and 5 siblings were there. I was told we had to leave, and that was it. I will never forget the violence of the white mob when we left our home. I still see black men being shot, black bodies lying in the street. I still smell smoke and see fire. I still see black businesses being burned. I still hear airplanes flying overhead. I hear the screams. I have lived through the massacre every day. Our country may forget this history, but I cannot.
So obviously that very emotional testimony. I mean, so one of the things that just haunted me after seeing this, I watched the whole thing, was she talked about how she never made a lot of money in her life. In fact, most of her life she worked as, domestic for white families, and it just speaks to. We talked about this.
She worked how America wanted her to work,
right?
And that's why that happened, and it worked in her life. She was on a trajectory of independence, and we're always heard, work hard. You can have that American dream, but it's not for everybody. At least it wasn't then. And we see that it is still happening today in our neighborhoods, this cycle. So I'm sorry, I had to interject.
Because
it was by design, and that is the criminal part of it. And that's why she's like, don't forget, and we need to be reimbursed for this.
And that's why the powers that be know that all it takes, she basically lived a middle-class lifestyle, was set up to live a certain lifestyle. And then it was taken away. And we see the same thing happen with crack. We see the same thing happen with drugs.
We see the same thing happen with highways going through older communities. Or we see the same thing happen with gentrification.
Disruption.
We're seeing it's disruption. Yeah. So you get 2 steps forward, and then you're set back. And
it's not by accident.
It is not by accident. And just for the stats. So this is the thing, because were you taught this? Because I was not taught this.
Not at all.
I was not taught this in K through, you start with medieval European history in school.
There's no effect on
you. And it is, and then, everything is just a chapter that has to deal with the problems that are still haunting us in this country. And that's it, because this is where I want to live. This is my country. This is my kids' country. So I want to see it better. Understand that. But up to 300 people dead. They don't even have a number like after all this time, because why? They're mass graves. They're still fighting for this dignity. 1,400 homes and businesses destroyed. This was an air assault as well. Whose planes were these?
Of course.
Right?
It was
Whose planes were these?
Terrorist attack on American soil.
10,000 people, Americans, left homeless. It reminds me of Katrina, right? Different circumstances, but it's like, oh, well, find a way, the American dream. Okay. So that was my issue, but I just want to start by just saying, for me, she started out by saying, this is who I am. My name is, and this is who I am. And my parents were, and my siblings were. Do you know what I mean? And that's so important to have that foundation. And I think she started it that way because that is what was ripped from her as a child, told, you just got to get out. We got to get out right now. And seeing people shot in the street. I'm telling you, this thing is, it is a stain. It's one of many stains on our society. It needs to be taught so that it will not be done again. Right? It's just, I don't know. It's just mind blowing to me. But her strength and her courage to stand there, I'm telling you, it reminded me of Miss Jane Pittman in the movie. It really did. It reminded me of, she was like, this is my first time that I'm here in Washington. I'm not here to see the monument, baby. I'm here to tell you what happened to me and my family.
Yes.
And you're going to listen to it in these halls of Congress that were just breached not too long ago by another angry mob.
Trying to deny.
By another angry mob.
Oh,
so, yeah, okay. So that's how we got started. That's how we're going to kick this off.
All right.
I mean,
all right, we're going to burn this place down. What is going on? So,
I love her. All right,
man. So this week was very, like I said, it was heavy. Great comedian, probably one of the greatest of his time. He's a comedian, Paul Mooney.
Yeah.
We lost him. Passed away. Was it
79?
79. Paul Mooney passed away, of course, always known as one of the great writers, Richard Pryor.
Yeah, he was a handsome man. He would hate that picture you just put up.
I know. I think that was very recent, but you're right. He would have hated that picture. Paul, I'm sorry. I do not want to run into Paul up in the upper room.
Right. Oh, soon. Yeah. He will be waiting on you.
Mark, I saw what you did, Mark.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
Yeah. And he would talk about you.
Okay. Yeah, he got you. But what's your favorite, Paul? My thing was, he just was abrasive and he purposely wanted to make people
Oh
uncomfortable.
yeah.
And it would just be so fun to watch him make people uncomfortable.
I think I think a lot of people are familiar with him from the Dave Chappelle show,
Yes.
where he was Negro Damas. Oh my gosh! I wish we could have played a little bit of that.
Man,
it's just brilliant.
Baby should have told me next show.
Oh, okay, next show.
Pre-show prep. We got to
Yeah.
start meeting. That was a great. Negro Damas would have been great.
I feel like Dave Chappelle will make sure that his legacy lives on, because I felt like in his life, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, but I felt like he kind of always felt like he took a bit of a backseat to Richard Pryor, though that was, his man, and he wrote for him and all that. I feel like he thought that a little bit. So I like the fact that Dave Chappelle is, picking it up. Now, what happened to
the luxury alive? We're still here.
Okay.
We're still here.
Anyway, rest in peace, Paul Mooney. I know that there's some parts of your legacy that might be a little complicated. We're not trying to get into all that right now. We will just say that you were funny as hell. Always made me laugh. Super vocal on issues, especially with race.
And he never was afraid to speak truth to power.
Never was.
So
who is this?
One of our children is here.
Hi,
This is the
baby.
thing when you're doing everything from home. So,
It's our basement.
all right, our next story, Quincy Jones. Quincy, keeping it
pumpkin.
real. What you got
My
to
baby
play?
made me a salad.
What the heck is going on? Well, see, this is the kind of show we have. People eating and
Yeah.
I was thinking, I can't have.
You can't see it because it's keying out because it's green. Duh. But yeah.
I can't have salad until I
And the
think.
quesadilla.
What?
My baby is like a little cook, you guys. Let me just say this. This generation right here.
Mhm.
This child just, I think it was during the pandemic. Would you say that too? During the pandemic, started to cook a little bit more. Yeah. And I think it actually started when you and I were working evenings at WHUR, and she started to cook and all that. But she will make trays of food and take it down to, she was going to a Catholic school. She would take it to Catholic charities and for feeding 20 people.
And we're proud of her for
But
that.
you could just do that. But this is the above and beyond. She said, you know what, Mom, I think I'm going to make a dessert too. So it went from making a tray of baked ziti or what have you to like a salad, the pasta, and then a dessert. And so that's what it is, because just because you might need a little help doesn't mean that you don't deserve the dignity piece.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Together now.
No, because it's really
Yes.
true. You'd be like, so with some populations perhaps experiencing homelessness, you don't need this, whatever. Why not?
Right.
It's kindness and compassion. And she showed that. So shout out to Spencer.
That's our youngest.
Shout out
She's
to
amazing.
Spencer. Oh, Lord,
She's
my
amazing.
makeup.
Oh, we're gonna take a break.
Okay.
We gotta,
pull this thing back a little.
plug.
Put these glasses on. What's happening?
We're gonna take a break and of course play anytime I can
that?
play.
Okay.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, that's
Anytime I can play delicious beverage. By the way, if you want to order delicious beverage, go to deliciousbeverage.com. Use my code MARK2020, get 20% off.
Tea is amazing. Wow. On point. Come on, people. Wow. Oh my God. Oh, man, they got so many different flavors.
Hospitality, lemonade.
You got the cucumber with a splash.
That spicy pineapple.
Spicy pineapple.
Strawberry. This is the spicy pineapple. Wow. I had to get large. Yeah. We drove all the way out here just because she wanted some more.
This is good.
Yeah, well,
This is the Married in Media Weekly Review.
it's kind of a heavy week, sadly. Billy Porter
Oh, yeah.
shared with us some information.
Mm-hmm.
He came on Cameron Hall, your girl's show.
What'd you call her?
Cameron Hall.
Tamron Hall. We need some vitamins. We need some, not the kind that they gave the kids on Wizard of Oz, but her name's Tamron Hall.
Cameron Hall came on
Yeah.
and he shared very, very important information.
Yes, he did.
And Billy joins us exclusively for the first time since going public with his new revelations about his life. I'm going to take the audience behind the scenes a little bit. You called me a couple of weeks ago and you said, I want to talk to you about something. And I thought, Billy must be doing some charity work. He wants, to team up on Zoom to lift spirits as you do. And you said, no, I've got something else to share that I've been holding for 14 years.
Yeah. 2007, we'll start there, the backstory. was one of the worst years of my life. I say I was on the precipice of obscurity. Wasn't working a lot in show business. February of that year, I was diagnosed with diabetes, type 2, hereditary. It's in my family. By March, I was signing bankruptcy papers. And by June of that year, 2007, I was diagnosed HIV positive.
All of this
Yes,
in a year.
in the same year.
And so 14 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow. And it's interesting, we love Pose. I think this is the last season, and that's probably the storyline. So he mentioned in the article, he almost was speaking as the character.
No, he's positive on the show, I think.
Yeah.
At this point. Yeah. This came as a shock to me.
Yeah.
I love me some Billy Porter.
Yeah,
like
he's
I
amazing.
love, oh man, I can listen to him on repeat with his singing, and I just love his spirit. I love just how he is with the live audience. So I'm a fan.
Mhm.
And when he came out with this information, I just was a bigger fan because, it's his diagnosis, it's his life, it is his, his health challenges to bear. And so he owed us nothing with that because he is a very outspoken advocate for, the LGBTQ community. So for him to come out with this extra information, I think is wonderful. I think it's going to help so many people. And that's probably why he found the strength to do it at this point. So yeah,
We've come such a long way. You remember this conversation?
Oh, yeah.
I remember Chris Rock had that whole joke. He said one day people will have it and they'll just be like, "Oh, I'm kind of sleepy today. Gotta get me some more medication," and we're kind of there.
Oh, definitely there. People are down to like 1 pill a day. There is PrEP, which is preventative, that people take to make sure that they don't contract HIV. I was talking with an advocate the other day, and she was saying that they're looking at a shot. I don't know how far along that's advanced, but for treatment. And it's, some people are completely undetectable now, which means it can't transmit it. That's how, well people are doing. And we used to, we were kids, I guess, when we first started hearing about AIDS, HIV and AIDS.
Oh, yeah.
And, but the stigma still exists. Talking with somebody, they said, family members still ask them to use plastic forks that they throw away when they come over.
Wow.
So, this is still what's going on, especially in the Black and brown communities that are really hard hit still by HIV. So him coming out with this is, it's totally like expected as far as how dynamic his personality is.
Yep, that's
so
true.
Yeah, so we wish him, just a full lifetime of continued success.
Definitely.
Yes.
And we will be watching Pose the final season.
And pray tell the character, we love him.
So speaking of illnesses, Wendy, Wendy's going through a lot.
Is there an uplifting story in this?
Wendy shared with us, which, I always think is courageous to do, but this might jack you up. Wendy shares, she has autoimmune disease. And so she has all these situations she has to fight.
Yeah.
Which is not hard. It's hard to do.
Of course.
So Wendy, recently, I think this was just the other day, she shared the picture. Wendy's feet. My goodness. So you can see, the swelling. And now it's interesting, the shoe cam and stuff, that must not be all those shoes. That's probably not good. That's why she wears tennis shoes all the time.
Of course, yeah. I recognize that, the discoloration because my mom, remember, because she had the swelling there. And when you just think about like the things that you take for granted, like I'm all about, and I'm going to start sharing them on our weekly review, affirmation. I won't overload, but I have one that says, I'm grateful for this body from my toes to my head because this body, it goes on and on. And when you think about the things that we take for granted, most people who are relatively healthy.
Yeah.
You get up, you walk, you don't have to, but your feet, like, you know, the pain of walking, the heaviness of the feet and the swelling. And so I think a lot of people can also relate to that struggle for sure.
Yeah.
And Wendy is glamorous. I mean, so to sort of pull the veil back and show that, because it is not pretty, and to show that part, I think is super courageous. She knows that she is going to hear it because Wendy puts it out there. Let's be honest. Wendy puts out, that's her business. She is in the business of gossip and tea, and she doesn't mind if she offends somebody with it. She's coming out and doing it on her show. And so people are going to use that. But she knows that. And you know, I think you've got to honor the courage of doing something like that.
I respect it, and it's not easy to do. So Wendy, do your thing.
Yeah.
And in a lighter note,
please,
this weekend I'll be hosting the Wine and Jazz Festival, and let's get a little plug out there, a little positive.
So are you going to mask up or not?
I will be masked up, you know, not when I'm on the stage. When I come off, I'll mask up.
Well, they're lifting restrictions here in the DMV.
Yeah, I still believe we got to mask up. So here's the thing, babe. Now we're trying to. I was going to have a surprise for you, Rasan Patterson, for today, but he's flying now.
Okay.
So we'll get,
he's
hopefully get him.
So who's on the lineup?
So we got Mark Avon Evans. You can still get tickets. Mark Avon Evans.
All right.
You got April Sampe. You got Chelsea Green. She's amazing. You know, it's going to be out there at Harford County Equestrian Center, 608 North Toll Gate Road in Bel Air, Maryland. And you can go to www.universe.com. And don't even do that.
We'll just link
go
it.
to
We'll
go to our page,
so,
Allison Marc in the afternoon on Facebook.
What are you doing?
I'm hosting.
Oh, so what are your hours that you're going to be there?
I'll be there all day.
All day.
You won't see me. You won't see me, baby.
I'm not going to see you at all this weekend.
It's okay.
You're vending on the National Mall.
Oh yeah.
Tomorrow, Saturday, and then you're going to be at the light. You're going to be out.
Busy. I got to get my rest in.
Well, fortunately, my sorority, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, we have a we have a virtual conference, so I'll be doing that.
Okay.
For the Eastern region, I will just be a member, so that's good.
So the show isn't normally this heavy,
right? So can we lighten it? What
this week? That's pretty much it.
Oh man!
This week though, next week we'll hit you with some more. We'll do some more entertainment videos, get some more fun, because this week was heavy. But you mentioned that on Wednesday. You're
I said it's a heavy week.
So you cursed us.
Well, sorry about that. But you know what? Some of these topics are, some of them, okay, Wendy Feed ain't not impactive. What's the word? Impactful. But you know, the Tulsa, Oklahoma resident here in town, we got to talk about it and some other things. So okay. So I wanted to start doing, first of all, what was your word on the treadmill today?
My word, it's Fun Friday, so I didn't have one for you.
Fun Friday.
So, baby, you come. You got one. You're a preacher's daughter. Come on.
Oh, well, no. One of the affirmations, because listen to this. It's really big. They say if you do something for 21 days, it becomes a habit, and it's definitely a habit. Since I've started working at the local CBS affiliate here, WUSA 9 in the morning. Get up, DC. Catch it.
Get up, DC.
Hey, go, right?
I don't know what the words are though.
Ever since then, I've really been ramped up my affirmation game, or just listening, trying to make sure that what I'm thinking about when this is my little thing. Think about what you're thinking about when you don't think you're thinking.
Oh, right? She fancy.
That's right, though, right? Because that's what that is, like back in your mind, like what message do you have on repeat? So if I say, the message is going to be a beautiful day, I'm going to have a great day. And then you're saying, well, Allison, you know what? I got this, that, and the third. I don't feel like hearing it, so what's your alternative? I mean, really think about it. Like, what's your, okay, well, this day is going to be mad and serious and I'm going to be worrying about stuff. Yes, you still have things to worry about, but it's your attitude, right?
Yeah.
So the one that I had today that really just resonated with me was a little different vibe. The guy that I listened to, he said, but it's really I am, because there's power in saying I am. So I am a warrior. Right?
Yes, you are.
W-A-R. I am a war. I can also be a warrior. Don't do that.
No.
I'm a warrior. Keep going. So that's what just saying it to yourself. I'm a warrior. I keep going. I keep going. Right? Because it's like, what's the alternative? Before you say, well, I don't, that's a bunch of, hocus pocus and I got to go to this job. Why not have a positive mindset when you're doing it? I'm really, hopefully someone can hear me and receive it, because I know it's difficult. You know what I mean? I understand it. We go through our things, not us necessarily, but like life, right? It's how you deal with it, process it, how you're going to move forward. But just remember how powerful you are. I am a warrior. I just think there's like, see yourself in that little warrior.
And you really are. You are a warrior.
But we all are.
We
all are. But you know what? I mean, we all are. Like a lot of people talk about trauma. They talk about lots of family issues. I was blessed not to have that I believe in life after death and all that. So I was happy to not have that in this life for me, not in this lifetime. But there are other things that we face, but it's how you face it. So don't give up.
All right, great. That's it. Just wrap it up. We will see you next week.
Yes,
we drop at 6 o'clock.
Yes. If you like us, subscribe. Hit the subscribe.
There you go.
We drop new episodes every week.
Yes, 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. Eastern time.
Is that the time?
Yep.
6 p.m. Eastern time.
On YouTube.
Yes. The Married in Media Weekly Review.
It's what we do. All right. Have a blessed one. Peace.